After catching up with each other, Claire reminds the three that they have school tomorrow. A few minutes later, they all bid farewell to each other. Leonie tells Kudo that they must hurry up and head home as her parents are waiting for her. Kudo says that they shouldn't keep them waiting. Leonie then challenges Kudo to race home. But our boy, being the Sigma he is, declines the offer. But Leonie then calls our boy slow and scared to handle a challenge, which provokes our boy, and he finally agrees. They arrive at the Kiyoshi residence, and it is revealed that Kudo won the race, which upset Leonie. Leonie enters the house and greets her parents. She tells them that she has a surprise for them before they can guess what the surprise is. She tells Kudo to come in. Leonie's father runs to Kudo to give him a hug, but we see that Kudo's aunt is already in his arms. We learn that Leonie's mother used her vampire speed to dash quickly to Kudo. Leonie's mother greets out boy and expresses how much she missed him. She asks if Kudo has been taking care of himself. To her, he's lost a bit of weight. Our boy says that he has been taking care of himself. Kudo greets his uncle, who's very happy to see him, and asks if Kudo has gotten stronger. Kudo then confirms that he has gotten stronger because he's been training for 10 years. This statement confuses his uncle because Kudo was away for 2 years. Kudo then explains that in his dimension, he can control the flow of time and change it to his liking. He says that 2 years on the outside for him was 10 years in the inside. Kudo then releases his suppressed power a bit to show his uncle as to how strong he's gotten. His uncle is shocked at how monstrous Kudo's power is. Kudo's uncle is visibly shaken by this display of power, but Leonie doesn't seem to be surprised because she is used to her cousin's absurd strength, but she can't help but notice Kudo's rapid growth, and she complains that at this rate she'll never be as strong. We see that Leonie's mother has prepared dinner for the family. They sit down and talk with Ni another. At Kenji's mansion, we see Kenji being greeted by his butlers and maids. But despite the warm welcome that we all dream of, Kenji can't help but still feel lonely. One of his maids invited him to come inside as they prepared some dinner for him. A few minutes later, we see Kenji sitting alone at a long table. As we take a closer look, we see that he's not eating. One of the maids notices this and asks Kenji if he doesn't like the food. He says that he does and that the food tastes great. However, the maid is not taking any off the shit, and she points out that he's not eaten anything. Kenji pauses for a moment, and he orders his maid to call all the butlers and other maids so they can feast together. Elsewhere, we see a group of people gathered and having a discussion. We learn that these people gathered are the sages and the Okami, and they are talking about whether they should send the boy to the prestigious school. Even him curious as to who is this boy anyways. Sahiro, the vampire Okami, points out that Kudo also attends the same school. He then states that it would be interesting to see how two powerhouses in one place will go. Lance, the human Okami, agrees by, and he states that he wishes to see a showdown between the strongest warrior in history against a young prodigy who's already above S rank. But Osamu, the human sage, quickly shuts down their fantasy and says that the boy is nowhere near Kudo's level of power. The troll sage Jazz agrees with Osama as he adds that Kudo is a child with monstrous power and potential. He continues by saying that Kudo has accomplished impossible feats for his age, and rat there is no S ranked that compares to Kudo, but he says that on the other hand, the boy is merely a vessel carrying the strongest warrior in history, and that he still has to prove himself to them.